Midweek update time, and we are making several targeted pivots from yesterday's video based on matchup data, ownership leverage, and fresh reporting. We are moving at quarterback from Josh Allen to Drake May at 7,100 with a dash rank of 100. He faces Miami, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 20. May is averaging 22 fantasy points per game, projects for 22, and he just posted 32, 29, and 22 over his last three. He is projected to be about 8.33% owned. The why is twofold. First, the recent form plus a favorable overall matchup at modest ownership makes him a cleaner balance of floor and ceiling than yesterday's chalk. Second, the news flow supports the ceiling. Essentially, sports highlighted May surging on the Week 18 MVP ladder, and Mike Vrabel's strong endorsement of his growth, while another piece detailed media criticism of the Patriots' schedule that he has answered on the field. With a reliable projection for a full-time starter and tournament-friendly ownership, we prefer May in this spot. At running back, we are pivoting our top slot back to James Cook at 7,900 with a dash rank of 100. He draws the Jets, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 29. Cook averages 21 fantasy points per game, projects for 13, and he has recent scores of 9, 29, and 34. His ownership is showing under 1%. The why is leverage and matchup. We moved to Saquon yesterday, but Cook's combination of spike week history and a top 5 overall matchup brings back the tournament-winning profile at suppressed ownership. The news reinforces role confidence too. Essentially, sports covered Josh Allen calling Cook underpaid and highlighted Cook's influence on the RB market with Saquon Barkley acknowledging him, both pointing to continued feature-level involvement. We are buying the ceiling at low ownership in a favorable overall spot. At wide receiver, we are shifting to Luther Burden III at 5,300 with a dash rank of 100. He gets Detroit, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 25. Burden averages 9 fantasy points per game, projects for 11, and he posted 31, 0, and 14 in his last 3 with a current projection of 0% ownership. The why is price-driven ceiling and leverage. The Bears rookie has shown spike ability, and essentially, sports noted he has been incredible for Chicago, even while Rome Odunze and DJ Moore share volume. We are leaning into the price, the favorable overall matchup, and the low ownership after a volatility dip 2 weeks ago. At tight end, we are moving from Trey McBride to Harold Fannin Jr. at 5,000 with a dash rank of 100. He faces Cincinnati, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 30. Fannin is averaging 12 fantasy points per game, projects for 9, and has recent scores of 11, 20, and 12 with 0% projected ownership. He is currently listed as questionable, so we will monitor, but the why is matchup and emerging role. The news cycle has been bullish, from the Browns drafting him in round 3 to camp buzz that he is going to be a good one, and this is a clean price drop for similar ceiling paths in a soft overall matchup. For the flex, we are pivoting to Johar Jordan at 4,300 with a dash rank of 100. He gets the Colts, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 21. Jordan averages 11 fantasy points per game, projects for 6, and has recent outputs of 4, 12, and 17 with ownership under 1%. The why is value and leverage. At this salary, we are buying a touch-based path to 3x in a friendly overall matchup, and his low ownership creates differentiation for May stacks. On defense, we are moving from the Patriots to the Jaguars at 4,000 with a dash rank of 100. They face Tennessee, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 29, project for 7 points, and are carrying about 2.57% ownership. The why is pressure path and ownership. We get a top 10 projection in a favorable overall matchup without chalk-level ownership, and the price is workable in builds featuring Maillet and Cook. Value pool update time. We are keeping Chris Oladokun at 4,500 with a dash rank of 63 for large field tournaments. He faces the Raiders, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall with an opponent rank of 18. He projects for 13, has recent scores of 8 and 5, and sits around 1.43% ownership. The why remains the same as yesterday. Extreme salary relief and positive reports that he looked good in his first NFL start make him playable as a punt when you want to jam in premium pieces elsewhere. Ronnie Rivers at 4,200 with a dash rank of 51 is a deep value dart only. He draws Arizona, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 26. Projected points are just 2 with near zero ownership at 0.03%. The why is contingent volume. If late news tilts touches his way, he becomes a viable salary release valve. Otherwise, he is a fade in smaller fields. We are removing Britton Covey from the pool despite the favorable overall matchup with Washington at an opponent rank of 31. Ari Merov reported he suffered a broken scapula and is expected to be sidelined for 6 weeks, so he's not a DFS option right now. Grant Calcaterra at 2,600 with a dash rank of 35 remains a viable punt if you need salary at tight end. Washington have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 31. He projects for 5 with about 2.47% ownership. The why is pure savings and touchdown variance. If Fannin were to sit, Calcaterra can be used to unlock premium stacks. Austin Hooper at 2,500 with a dash rank of 48 is our correlated punt with May stacks. Miami have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 20. He projects for 3 with about 0.8% ownership and recent scores of 9, 5, and 0. The why is red zone leverage at minimum salary in game stacks where May hits. For a salary-saving defense, the Browns at 2,400 with a dash rank of 100 are live. They face Cincinnati, who have one of the worst defenses overall with an opponent rank of 26, project for 5 points, and carry about 0.5% ownership. The why is simple. Cheap path to sacks and turnovers that frees salary for premium skill players. Quick recap of why we changed from yesterday. We moved from Josh Allen to Drake May to capture a similar ceiling in a favorable overall matchup at lower ownership with strong MVP and coaching support in the news. We pivoted back to James Cook from Saquon to leverage a top overall matchup versus the Jets with tournament-friendly ownership, supported by reporting on his standing in the Bills' offense and league-wide RB value conversation. We swapped our premium wideout for Luther Burden III to gain salary flexibility and embrace his spike profile against one of the worst overall defenses. We shifted from Trey McBride to Harold Fannin Jr. to target a soft overall matchup at lower ownership, banking on his ascending role noted in camp and draft coverage while monitoring his questionable tag. We moved the flex to Johar Jordan for value and leverage in a friendly overall matchup, and we upgraded defense to the Jaguars for projection and ownership balance, while keeping the Browns as a punt. That is the Slate plan, and the why behind every move. Let us know who you want in your core for Sunday, and we will adjust again after the next round of practice reports.